Watching news today. Now, ahead of the Easter festivities, the Ghana Police Motor Traffic and Transport Department launched a road safety campaign to ensure safety on our roads. And so on Easter Monday, police carried out a sweep impounding several motorbikes. I have here with me DSP Alexander Obeng. We'll deal over the next few minutes with matters that have got to do with the exercise during the Easter period. DSP Alexander Obeng is in charge of training and research at the MTTD. Thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you.
All right, let's start off with the soup. What happened since you did that?
I think the Accra Police Command, Tema Police Command, prior to the Easter and even during the Easter, embarked on a general swoop on motorbicycles that they deemed were being used criminally, either because the motorcycle had not been registered or didn't have registration number plate, or persons riding them were not having crash helmet to protect themselves, or were uninsured motorcycles, among others, or those who were driving were disqualified because they were not 18 years and above, or didn't have license issued by DVA to ride. So this was done.
So collectively, how many motorbikes have you impounded? I think this is the second exercise.
Yeah, I think Tema had done it earlier. Accra did it before Easter, and just during Easter this Monday they carried on, and together in Accra alone they impounded over 1,400. Tema also did same, and I think that it is a good call, and if the traffic police all over the country will be supported this way by the 11 regional commands to also target certain infractions that undermine the safety of Ghanaians.
So you usually don't get support as the traffic police?
Well, not that, because you also sometimes need numbers to ensure peace on the road. That there is motor traffic and transport units in all the 11 police regions, and of course they specialize in traffic enforcement, and their majority and other ancillary police units also
for some of those who were arrested, the motorbike riders whose motorbikes were impounded by the police in that soup, it was a matter of being dispatch riders who were working for some companies, and there was a lot of concerns about the way and manner in which the exercise was carried out.
It was a soup. The soup suggests that everybody who comes on police radar at the time will be caught and will be screened as well. And so it doesn't matter how it affects even if it's your business.
Oh,
it doesn't matter. Not the how it affects, but how it will allow police to screen to know that at a time motorcycles that were stopped were being used appropriately or not.
Couldn't we have done the screening, say, before we even pick up these persons? We know the kind of documents you're looking for. We couldn't have asked the
Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you situationally need to impound. After the impoundment, you follow up with very careful, investigation, including getting in touch with DVLA to ascertain whether the specific motorcycle that has been impounded is on the vehicle register of Ghana, which they are keeping, and also to find out whether the license that is riding is authentic, and therefore is a rider who can ride defensively, and whether there is insurance cover and the roadworthiness in question is valid and all that. And some of these things calls for a little time. That may create inconvenience, but on a whole, you observe that when it is sustained, it will ensure sanity. Because there are some people who are using motorcycles that have not even paid custom fees, have not even registered them, are in the hands of those who are disqualified because they are not supposed to ride because they don't have licenses, and continue to create problems. And there are some that are known to be Okada operators and others. So we look at this myriad of infractions and indiscipline and kind of behavior that can impact negatively on the lives of Ghanaians, and police need to use this in addition to other strategies that I think the motor traffic and transport units will also come up.
You screened, and what happened? You gave some of the motorbikes
It's ongoing. Some are being prosecuted, others are being released to the owners. Note that in Ghana, the law allows corporate entities to have motorcycle for dispatch purposes. But to carry fee-paying passengers, no. But even if you have registered the vehicle, the motorcycle well, and you have your number plate displayed, who is riding is very important. And whether the one riding has protected him or herself and has insurance cover of the motorcycle, and where he's using it, and how he's using it. And all these things are regulated in the interest of public health and safety. And therefore, when police officers are there and they have the backup from a regional command, and you have the personnel.
But it's starting to sound like you can't have a motorbike on the road anymore.
Oh, no, not that.
Because like you were telling me, it was a soup. So everybody in police radar at that point was picked up. So whether you were good or not, you were picked up.
Yes,
and so
it has given police a good start.
We can't ride motorbikes anymore.
Oh, you can. Now, out of the screening, people got to know how motorcycles are supposed to be acquired, how they are supposed to be registered, and how the one who intends to ride is supposed to get a license, and how the motorcycle is supposed to be used whilst on the road. Are you getting it? And that is very important.
How often are we going to see these suits?
Oh, we know that from now on, Accra and Tema, that has a problem, a major problem with motorcycle use in terms of its wrongful use, to heighten enforcement, and you will see a coordinated enforcement to sustain what the regional commands have done, and that is also very important.
I see. Let's look at the Easter period itself. How did it go maintaining law and order and safety on our roads?
I think generally it was good, but we saw a little surge in crashes over the weekend between 18th and 21st of April, where the Easter festivity peaked in Ghana. Though proud to the Easter, we had embarked on sensitization unannounced, and we were on the road. All the corridors were covered by traffic police, and all the regional commands supported. And in particular, on the N6 from Accra to Bobome and Atibie in Praeso, Nkoko area, we saturated the road environment to ensure that those who flouted were determined to flout our earlier announcement that, for instance, we didn't want to see unregistered motor vehicles, including motorcycle and other motor vehicles with DV and DP, were prevented to enter at Obomen junction on the Scalp, and in the process about 38 unregistered motor vehicle DV and DP were impounded from the Friday and all that, and it repeated itself all over the country, including what is going on in the Kumasi metropolitan area with regard to the soup on the DV, the misuse of trade license plates and all that. So for us, it was generally a calm.
I also have another concern. I mean, I understand 300 of these motorbike owners already are being arraigned before court.
Well,
my other concern is the fact that these numbers are huge, and one of the ways the police was looking forward to dealing with the long time we would spend in court and the like, the hassle of going through all that will be, you know, taken care of with the instant fines, which we haven't seen any progress since the last time we spoke.
As for the sport fines, we're still working on it. But what
you have been working far too long. What is the problem?
Not that. It has to do with the Ministry of Finance PPP division to streamline and structure it so that in the end the public entities and the private partner who is coming in to support the state will have a good deal. And so that is what we have reached, and we are working on it. It is a good idea. But what is important for us, whether the sport fine is there or not, the law allows us, that's why police, we are clothed and we are equipped to ensure that when you have some of these problems emerging, for instance, where in 2001.
Do we know when we would have the sport fine running? So that instead of putting these people in long days of going to court, they could have had a sport fine, because we know the penalty units already.
For me, so far as motorcycle use is concerned, if people will go through a hassle at the law courts or through the criminal justice system, for them to have a change in behavior and attitude, so that we see a significant reduction in motorcycle-related deaths and injuries, which is adding about 15% to our annual fatality. The best. So for me, for now, it is deterrent. Let them go through it, so that when they come out from the court or from the police grip, when you are riding, you should be 18 years and have license A. You should have clothed your head with crash helmet. You should have had a registration number plate and insurance cover, and you will not be using it to commit other urban crimes.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, DSP. DSP Alexander Obeng is in charge of training and research at the MTTD.